It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Seattle Seahawks. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
They stay on the ground on the first for Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Trying to go back to Watkins, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And now it's third down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
On third down, Wilson. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Deep for the Chargers, Desmond King. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know how you put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for them and shot for them? Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
First down, Los Angeles.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Ball carrier.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Running on first down, Eckler. And some space here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Here's Wilson to throw. They set up the screen to Penny. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throw left side complete. It's Watkins. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Makes the score.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's going to look down. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
Complete.
A big play there for L.A. And even 70 yards. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Todd Gurley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have taken the lead. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3.
Seahawks 3. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
10-10 at their own 31-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood. And got his man complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Marquise Goodwin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. The Charger drive about to get going. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Herbert on 3rd down now. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 29-yard line.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Chargers 7.
Check 15, check 15. Good, good.
From the 29, Wilson. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
56. Hey, 0, 0, 0. 56, Mike, 56.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. Right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. To throw again. Herbert. Catch made by Slayton. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Or just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On the ground, this is Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Play action. It's Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Disley. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
At the 39-yard line.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Johnson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Check 26, check 26.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Let's go,
Operating from the gun, Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determine that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. That's complete to Slayton. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This would be a critical call.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now it's Lockett. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
56.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Throw left side taken in by Slayton.
Herbert's pass.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler.
3 at the 44-yard line.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Zebra. Switch.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the gun, Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. On first down, it's Herbert. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Joey Sly lining up for the point after.
So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
This one taken just inside the 10. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but now it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Here's Wilson on 3rd down. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fighting him off. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
The kickoff for Seattle.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He gives to Gurley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now Herbert off the bootleg. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
3rd and 2, Herbert. Got a man, Slayton. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a 1st down. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The throw over the middle taken in, and he'll be stopped right at midfield.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Now left side on the swing pass. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. And his throw here is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
Herbert will give give this one to Eckler. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
The 19-yard line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun. Herbert. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run here with Eckler. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to fourth down. Anthony Lynn says now's the time. His guy's going on fourth down. Here we go. It's Gurley. So give him the first down. 1st and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the gun, Herbert. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Complete to number 18.
From 8 yards out, and the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base?
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Deep ball for Goodwin. He's got a man. Complete. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Marquise Goodwin. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper, right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big playability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
The Charger drive about to get going. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touch. Herbert has it knocked free. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on him.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
On 2nd down, here's Herbert. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
And it's 3rd down.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun, Herbert. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Complete.
A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Seahawks.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
At the 41-yard line.
On first down, Wilson. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Wilson. And that's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10. Throwing again, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On third down, Wilson. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now fourth down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Watkins on the jet sweep. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a first and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal. And Johnson on an island by himself in the backfield, second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. David Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. And for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. So very late in the game here, but with that score, some light at the end of the tunnel.
There's still hope. Now they look at the score and say, hold on a second. This thing's not over yet. Let's keep battling.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown.
Makes the score Chargers 38, Seahawks 31. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, partner, Marvin, our number one stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today.
And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we could make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And 6 at the 31-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The Charger drive about to get going. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down.
shotgun snap for Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away.
On the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1. At the 38-yard line.
Again, it's Penny. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll run with Penny, and nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Again, they run with Gurley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. Now it's Herbert. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an
things
interception.
for different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. Allen's got it over the middle. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
At the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Now Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Quinton Dunbar with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I get and appreciate that they wanted to go for the win, not play for overtime, but that's the cost right there.
Not so sure their fans feel the same way as you when they just watch that ball get picked and taken the other way, and now they're down 6. Looks like it's going to be a loss for them, an absolute catastrophe when they tried to be aggressive.
Myers connects on the PAT, and they will take a 7-point lead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Herbert now to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Intercepted. The Seahawks take over.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee.
Today's final.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they drop back to 5.